Hi everybody, Sanbonan, welcome to my channel. So, you guys, a lot has been happening since the passing of Zahara, but one of the things that we saw happen is that a lot of celebrities are speaking up. Some are talking about how hurt they are that Zahara is gone and offering condolences to the family. And some are talking about how guilty they feel about the fact that they were not there for her when she was around, which is something that is common when somebody passes, even when it's a family member. You always feel like you could have done more, you could have spent more time with her. So it's not unusual that people are feeling that way. But one story that has been interesting is a story concerning Somizi Zahara because they do have a history, him and Zahara. Remember, there is a story that Zahara has always told of how when she was still just singing on the streets at malls and all that. I don't know where she was, but still in the Eastern Cape, the first person that gave her like um, notes in terms of money was Somizi when he came around and listened to her song and gave her, I don't know if it was 50 Rand, and then kept saying that she must repeat the song. Okay. And she would repeat the song and then he would give her money. I have heard that story also being told by Usomizi a number of times that when she first met Zahara, she wasn't popular at the time and she wasn't a recording artist, and he was the first one to give her money. Now, you guys, after some time, now Zahara was like a recording artist, and I think she already had two albums out, and it was the Summer Awards, and Somizi was hosting, and he had made a joke about Zahara drinking too much, which didn't sit well with Zahara, even threatening to sue Somizi. I don't know how they ended up resolving that issue, but definitely it didn't sit well that he was making fun of such a serious thing that was going on with Zahara. So obviously, when Zahara passed recently, he was one of the people that came out to talk about how people had not treated Zahara well and all of that, including himself. And people were like, Aibo, we haven't forgotten that actually you made this joke about Zahara. Also, we got a surprise at the funeral because he ended up being one of the speakers at the funeral, delivered a very beautiful speech, which I thought was very honest because he was open about the fact that when he is saying that Zahara was not treated right, he is not just talking about random people, he's talking about himself too. And he was one of the people that honestly did give an apology when it comes to Zahara. Of course, Zahara is not here. You guys even hear the apology and even respond to the apology, which is unfortunate. But he did say, "Listen, we are sorry. This is how you were treated when you were here." I thought that the speech, you guys, was honest. I thought that it's the best you can do when you feel like were part of the problem in terms of treating the person a certain way, and now they are gone. I mean, the best you can do is to acknowledge that this is what happened, and also to say sorry for what happened. But there are people that are not feeling like that. They're feeling that this is not about Zahara when it comes to Somizi. All of these things that he is saying, as far as Zahara is concerned and her passing, is not really about Zahara. It's about himself. Okay. They're saying that the speech feels like it's about him because they are saying that guilt is eating him alive. That's why he's doing all of these things. So it's not that he cares a lot about what has happened to Zahara, and it's not that he really wants to apologize to Zahara. It's just that he's in a space where he is feeling guilt, and guilt is eating him alive. So there is this article that they've written on Citizen. You guys, I'm not going to read all of it because a lot of the things that they're talking about here I've done and talked about in other videos. But they're saying here, guilt is eating him alive. Social media reacts to Somizi's speech at the memorial service. I don't want to lie, you guys. I posted the speech on YouTube. Everybody feels positively about the speech. I posted it on TikTok. I got the same response. I never posted it on Twitter because, guys, these platforms, they all react differently to different things. You can post the same thing on each of the platform, but the reaction will be different. Okay. So I never posted it on Twitter, but it seemed like some of the people on Twitter are feeling different about Somizi's speech. Okay. He said, I am one of the people who owes her an apology, Somizi Zahara said at the memorial. South African media personality and television presenter Somizi Zahara opened a can of worms when he spoke about how they have failed critically acclaimed singer Zahara as an industry and as friends. The Idol's SA judge first opened up about the horrible way in which the late Zahara was treated by peers in the industry in an Instagram post on Wednesday. This is the post that he had posted. This is the video. Maybe I'll play it at the end of this video. And then adding that he knew she would become an now I'm reading somewhere else. The Idol's ASA judge opened up about the horrible way in which the late Zahara was treated by peers in the industry in an Instagram post on Wednesday. The Loliwe hitmaker passed away late Monday, the 11th of December, at the private hospital in Johannesburg. Okay, this part here, guys, changes. Sometimes they say she was moved from a private to a public, and when they reached the public hospital, that's when she passed away. So she did not pass away at the private hospital, but some articles are saying that she passed away at the in the private hospital. So I guess we're not clear about that. Okay. Then here, you guys, someone had commented on this video, because this video is a video of Somizi's speech. Okay, it says here the guilt is eating him alive. This is just PR. After here, he's gonna live like nothing happened. Guys, what else could he do to show that he is sorry about how he treated Zahara? What else could he do? I mean, of course, when this is all done and dusted, he's going to move on with his life. What is he supposed to do? Okay. And then someone else says, Somizi spoke well. Those who are chastising him are just bitter because he stood up on a podium and took accountability, and disappointed those who are hurling insults at him for no reason. Most only know Zahara from a distance, but are busy insulting her close friends. And then someone else says he meant up, but he said is really what he said is really commendable. Someone else says, why does everything has to be about him? He's very much gifted in making all things about himself. Listen, I do agree a little bit, you guys. Just a little bit with the statement. He did just a little bit make it about himself and how he was feeling about the whole situation, but still overall the speech was all positive, you guys. And I think that he was trying to be honest about how he was feeling about the whole situation. It says here, I really respect Somizi. He mentioned that he realized his wrongdoing and went back to apologize, but I personally feel he should have made it a public apology. I feel like that, you guys, because a lot of us didn't know that he had apologized to Zahara, but when he was making that joke, we all knew about the joke because it was on national TV. Okay, and account for his action while Zahara was alive, but shame the guys, sincerely regret, and aga zenzanga ngono. Okay, this was about people wanting to feel better about how they treated her, not about her. Zahara slept knowing that no one was by his side, and right now all they say here is for clouds. Yeah, I guess, I mean, there is a point there in saying, listen, it doesn't matter at this point whether they apologize or not, whether they feel sorry or not, because Zahara is gone, and she passed away knowing that nobody cared, and knowing that people didn't really think highly of her, and people were trying to tear her apart. That's all that people cared about. So does it matter now that people are saying sorry? So I guess I get what that follower is saying as well, you guys. But you know, what can we do? I mean, she's already passed. There's not much that we can change, and I think that that's the best that Somizi could do as far as that speech is concerned. But here's the first video that Somizi had posted as far as Zahara was concerned. This was way before he spoke at the funeral.
Good morning. Welcome to Bathroom Talk with Somizi. Why? I don't understand why it's doing this. Anyway, please give me your time and listen to this. I want us to talk about how human beings in general, including myself, are more respectful and fearful of death than of life. And I'm saying this, it's been on my mind for the past few days. When I heard that Zahara is in hospital and she's not in a good condition and so forth and so on, I thought of, should anything happen to Zahara, God forbid, should Zahara not make it, I know for sure that Zahara is going to be an overnight hero, an overnight icon. People are going to be saying how the industry has lost an icon, how she's gone too soon, how she was amazing, how she was an amazing vocalist, and yet we all know that in reality, she was one of the most mocked personalities. People celebrated her downfall. People used to make fun of her situations. We knew that she had her own fair share of hardships, but she was hardly given her flowers, right? And for me, that is the part that I'm like, human beings. Can you imagine how beautiful the world would be if we celebrated life, we respected life, we were fearful of taking life for granted and celebrating it and celebrating each other, because that's the only thing that we are guaranteed of, or that we know for sure. It is life. We don't know about death. We don't know what happens on the other side. But yet, you have to die for you to be acknowledged. You have to die for you to be more respected. You have to die for you to be more honored and to be given your flowers, literally and figuratively. Where people buy more flowers at funerals than in real life. Where people give you flowers in your death than when you are alive. Where people acknowledge you when you are dead than when you are alive. Sis. Ooh, sis. If that's how you're going to be, or we're going to be, I keep your flowers. I'll buy myself flowers. I'll buy myself flowers, Baba. Ngiyawubonga. Because it's the very same people that now all of a sudden their hearts are broken. Are they broken because they've lost someone that they know they can't mock them anymore? Or are they broken because now they feel guilty that they mistreated you? Including our personalities, including myself. If Zahara called today and said, Somizi, I need help, would I help immediately? If Zahara cried for help, which she did, but hardly anybody jumped. But look at the funeral. Oh, at the funeral. We'll be flying to Eastern Cape if she's buried there. When we've never been to her house, when we've never even made an effort to check up on her. We human beings, and when I say we, I include myself. I'm not excluding myself from this. Sikhohlakele, siyagula, we are not okay. But we still have time to change that. And the time is now. I promise myself I'm going to do better. I'm going to be better. But more than anything, I will buy myself my own flowers. Keep your flowers. If you're going to deprive me of those flowers and you're saving them for when I'm dead. Anyway, have a wonderful day, my dear people.
Sorry, you guys. Let me Now, just for those who did not see the speech, here is Somizis' beautiful speech that other people are not thinking that it was beautiful.
The other day I posted something about how we have failed her as an industry, as friends, and we have failed her, and we owe her an apology. And I'm one of the people that owes her an apology. And there was a time I remember I was hosting the Summer Awards, and I made a joke about her drinking and stuff. And only later in years you realize what you say to people, how you make people feel, is very important. How you make people feel. And I learned my lesson because I took it for granted as a joke. You don't know how much you hurt people. And I realized later that I've hurt her. And luckily, we had time on earth to reconcile and become friends again. But still, she went through a rough time. Where was Somizi? Nowhere. Where were we? Nowhere. When we could have helped and said, Chomi, you need help on A, B, C, and D, we're carrying on with our lives. And we need to internally apologize to her and say, we are sorry, we can do better. What are we learning from Zahara's story is to do better. Stop making fun of other people's downfalls. Besimhleba. Besimhleba, simhleka. Singamncedisi. And here I am now standing as if I was there throughout. I wasn't there throughout. So the biggest lesson I've learned, and I hope everyone in this room learns, don't ever laugh or make a joke on someone else's downfall. If you can't help, shut up. If you can't contribute positively, shut up. The same people on social media that keep on saying, we've lost an icon. Did you treat her like an icon? I don't think so. Did you treat her like you are scared of losing her? I don't think so. But we can change. We can do better. Moving forward, anyone who's listening to this, let's do better. In the name of Zahara, let's do better.
So, you guys, that's it. Okay, listen, I guess with everything, people are always just going to have different opinions on something. I think the speech was beautiful. I think initially when she did that, when he did that video, the bathroom talk or whatever, I also felt like, you also made fun of Zahara, so stop it, okay? But the speech sort of made me understand where he stands with the whole thing. And I think, I mean, guys, it's about time we give him a break, even though other people don't think so. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Tell me what you think about this whole thing of now people saying that Somizi udliwa guilt. That's why he's saying all of these things that he has said now about Zahara. Like the video before, Puma, gonna share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers in Tanda.